Go ahead.
Everybody straight. Salud.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. Switch sides. Hey. Right leg over left. Stand up to your left.
Thank you very much. Your face. So now we're going to front punch, back punch, front kick bending the knee. Example. Ready? Hey! Hey! Switch. Hey! So front, back, left kick. Ready? Hey! Hey! Switch. Hey! How about this one? The other hand. You
There you
Yeah, we usually You're not losing control of your arm. Face the front. In. Out. One more. Deep breath in.
Sorry, we want to record it for posterity. So I'm going to let Master Liz, or not let, Master Liz is going to speak first. I know, yeah, she outranks me. She's going to speak first, and basically both prepared a little speech of some of the memories in the school. There's a lot of people that are very new here, so might not know all the history. This predates most people here, although there's a few that have been here for many years and know all of our history, but we wanted to share it all with you to celebrate our 15 years. So first, Master Liz.
As many of you know, I grew up in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I started training PaKua when I was 17 years old in Buenos Aires. By that time, I was just starting the university majoring in computer science. I never imagined that I was going to be teaching PaKua unless that I was going to dedicate my life to it. I loved the training, but I was doing it only for myself. That was what I told the Grandmaster when he asked me to start teaching. But there I was, a blue belt, opening my first PaKua school, teaching and training under Grandmaster Maliacano, the founder of PaKua. Little by little, it became my passion. Grandmaster moved to California in the 90s. he kept traveling back and forward to Argentina, and by the year 2000 he asked me if I want to come to California to teach in one of his schools in Anaheim. And as crazy as it sounds, I said yes, leaving everything behind. This was an amazing opportunity to be closer and keep training under him. After 3 years, we decided together with Master Jason to open a school here in Huntington Beach, the city where he grew up. We wanted to create a special place where all kinds of ages and abilities could train, a safe and positive environment for kids and teenagers to help them to build self-esteem, confidence, strength, awareness, discipline, but also kindness, solidarity, and respect. And of course, a place for adults where through hard work, discipline, and sweat, they were able to feel better in many different ways. I'm here today celebrating 15 years of this dream that we turned into a reality, many amazing memories we built in these 15 years, many amazing people we trained and became part of this PaKua family that we call, many amazing kids we saw growing up in these amazing young adults, including our own. And I'm excited to see the many more amazing things that the future will bring. This June too, I celebrate 35 years in PaKua. I feel so old. I can say that teaching is being my passion and life, but as the Grandmaster said, without students, there is no master. So I want to thank all the students for giving me the possibility of passing the knowledge and for being part of my life. Thank you. Well, he was writing for like last week, so
Oh,
he
yeah.
has 10 pages
Get
there.
comfortable. Get
Mine was
comfortable.
very short.
So it is true. Actually, there's a lot that I had to write, and really, when we were talking about this, going over our memories, it's hard to condense 15 years into 5 minutes. So I'm going to do my best. So I'm a little bit more structured. I'm going to go over what happened in each of the schools, so this way you can understand. This is our third location, if you don't know already. So I'm going to start with a little background. Master Liz and I met in Anaheim, where she was already a school owner for a few years. I was taking classes in her school in 2002 and teaching in Buena Park and Garden Grove and in our central school. We decided to open a school together in HB in 2003. HB reminded Master Liz of Mar del Plata in Argentina, and for me it was home. I was a student at Harbor View, Marine View, Marina, and the prestigious Golden West College. So it was home. We wanted to bring PaKua to Huntington Beach and make a school where everyone felt welcome, and Master Liz did a great job of expressing that. So starting in our first location, we looked at so many locations and found the perfect spot at 4937 Warner Avenue, a brick and wood building that had a lot of character. We opened the first school in HB on April 1st, 2003. It was simple but beautiful school with a large training mat that was about 30 feet square, so a large mat. We owe a great debt to my parents because they believed in us and helped us financially to open the school. Master Liz and I weren't even married yet when we opened the first location. And a lot of this, what I'm going to go over today, is really to thank the people that helped us. There's a lot of people that helped us get here. We love this school. We almost lived there. Teaching and taking classes 6 days a week, including Saturdays. On Saturdays, it was normal to teach 4 to 5 classes in the morning, and then take an additional 4 hours of classes in our central location, and then have a black belt meeting with all the masters in California. It was not uncommon for the Grand Master of PaKua, Master Maglicano, to come and participate in the meeting or teach a class. Master Maglicano even taught 2 special classes at our first location, which we have a photo in the back of this studio of that class. Marco, my stepson, was 12 years old at the time, and Delphina, who's somewhere back there, was 6, a long time ago. And our kids grew up in that school. Master Liz was already working in the PaKua administration with Master Patricia, who was Master Maglicano, the founder of our school. That was his wife. Master Liz was working in the central school in Garden Grove. There was around 8 schools of PaKua in California at the time, and many locations where we teach, such as community centers and schools. Page 1. We participated in many events. We were very, very active in the community at that time, including the July 4th parade, many years doing that parade, the Chinese New Year parade in Los Angeles, events for the Boy Scouts, And we also started our Halloween party, which we still have every year, and you guys, a lot of you have been to that. We were teaching in 2 different elementary schools, one in Anaheim, another in Downey. Master Liz was also teaching in the Girl Power program for at-risk teen girls. We taught at the Hebrew Academy, the summer camp for many summers, as well as the senior Saturday in downtown Huntington Beach. I was also working on the set of 90210 teaching Tai Chi. So there's that, yeah. Not the good one, the remake that they did. Sorry guys. We had many instructors and masters that grew in that school, including Master Jamie, Sally, Catherine, Micah, Conrad, Amber, Thomas, Jerry, Dylan, Marco, Delphina, Samara, Savannah, Harris, and Adam. There's still a few masters and students that are here today, including Master Diana, who I believe was an orange belt when we opened that school, Master Pete, Master Ryan, Master Amber, Diane Moore, and Brandon, who's here in the sword stand. This was a wonderful time where we learned tremendous amount, and I will forever be grateful for it. I remember running the wetlands with Master Micah and Master Conrad and doing thousands of kicks every week. Plural, thousands. Okay? And just training every day. It was also a time that was a great struggle. I had cancer, and the school was new, so Master Liz taught basically every class while trying to care for me. I was fortunate to have a full recovery, and we continued our journey together. On March 26, 2007, Master Rogelio Maglicano, or as we called him, the Master, passed away in Buenos Aires, Argentina. He was the founder of our school and Master Liz's direct master. I also had the privilege to take many classes and courses and seminars with him. This was a great loss for our world, and those that knew him remember him very fondly. Our home that was already full of so many memories and so much love was about to have a big change. The owner of the property came to the studio and told us that it was going to be demolished in order to build a Walgreens. That was in the summer of 2008 during the housing crash, and we needed to find a new home. The second PaKua HB. There's only 3, so bear with me.
Thank God.
Yeah. So, not so many options were out there, but we were able to find our next location in time at 4952 Warner Avenue, where many of you started taking classes. We had a lot to do for demolition and construction. Fortunately, Victor Cariocci helped us. He was the father of a student in our first location, and he also made the first wood grand swords that we have on the wall still today. So this is going way back. This location wasn't as visible, but during these years, we had tremendous growth in our own studies of PaKua. Master Liz and I started going on regular itinerancies, which for those that don't know, this is where you travel to different states, countries, schools to help teach and spread PaKua. I went to New York every 3 months for 2 weeks each trip over a period of around 2 to 2.5 years, and to Portland, Oregon. Master Liz went to New York, Florida, Brazil, Buenos Aires, and taught many intensive courses wherever she went in Brazil and Argentina. The 2 years I spent in New York as itinerant master was also an essential part of my education in PaKua. It was hard, but I can't imagine who I would be without that experience I gained there. We learned a lot during this time, also spending a tremendous amount of time with Master Majano, since he was the itinerant master of California for many years. He worked directly with Master Liz, Master David, and myself. The masters that came from the second location include Master Carl Peterson, this Master Carl, and an honorable mention to his now wife, Instructor Sarah, Master Carl Vaughn, who is here, the other Master Carl, Master Wilder, Master Owen, Master Shea, who's also here, Master Tuan, Master Vera, also here, Master Lori, and Master Adam. The third PaKua school, right? Here it is. On May 21st, 2014, we signed the lease for this location, which we love very much. Does anyone know what it used to be? What?
Birkenstock.
Birkenstock, that's right. So we had a lot of construction. These were all filled with spaces for Birkenstocks. So a lot of construction. So again, we had a lot of demolition and construction, and no other than Victor Cariaci, who now had his own company, came to help. I was also doing demo, flooring. I did this floor, that's why it's not straight. And we patched together the walls with Master Liz and many other students and masters who helped. At this location, I already had another career that I was pursuing and spent much less time in the school, now only teaching 2 days a week. Master Liz, Master Diana, Master Chris, and Master Josh are now teaching and carrying the torch. And I'm very happy to see these new capable masters sharing their love for PaKua. The master said you must teach to understand, and it's through all these years of teaching and learning that I now know how to stay healthy and happy in mind and body. I love and cherish my wife, who I've been able to share all these amazing adventures with, and as we sit here working on what we want to say today, side by side on the computer, just as we used to taking turns at night working on our monography 15 years ago. I wouldn't change a thing. We literally used to be at the school after classes, which we finished around 9 o'clock at night, because we only had one computer at the time in the studio, and we would stay there taking turns working on our monographies till 2 in the morning. Yeah, it was fun. We were dedicated. So this year we will celebrate 14 years, 14 because we're married less than this goal, 14 years happily married. And that's owning a business together, so that's pretty tough. So my final thoughts after 15 years. If you think we're done, you're crazy. We have many plans and goals. Master Liz is now retired from running the PaKua International League Administration for the United States after 15 years to focus on teaching. I love teaching just as much as when I first started, and I want to be here to support all the new students to come. I have to say I love our school and our students. We might not be the biggest school in the world, but it's definitely the school that Master Liz and I always wanted. I find myself thinking about the Master as I finish this, and it's one of his famous quotes. The Master pulls the bow, but the student releases the arrow. I really believe he gave us the tools to make the wonderful school we have today, and I look forward to continuing this journey with all of you, our PaKua family. So, with great gratitude, we want to recognize some of the masters and students that have been here for over 8 years. This is a long time. So we've been here 15. Some of these people have been here almost that entire time.
We pick eight because 8 for PaKua is our PaKua number. There is some students that have been 7 years, almost there, but we put the cut on 8 years. So there are some people that still are here that they are 7, they are 6, they are 5.
So stay for the 20 year.
So the first one we're going to call is Master Diana for 15 years.
Here,
Yeah.
years, the beginning.
We're going to call Diane Moore 15 years. And she's still a student.
You, my
Next to Master Diana. Thank you. He's not here today, but Master Pete has been 14 years training. Instructor Brendan, Troy Meyer Parman, has been 12 years. Master Ryan Ramirez, he's been 11 years in the Master Amber Smith, 11 years in the school. Master Vera Joker, it's been 9 years in our school. Master Carbon Schoenfeld, 8 years training. Master Wilder von Schoenfeld, 8 years. And we're going to call Junior Black Belt Shade Connelly. He's been 8 years. He was 4 when he came, and he was in the baby class. Now he's in adult class. So thank you. Thank you, guys.